Yo, what's up? My name's Retro Pat, and I only have one big goal left in Dungeon Defenders. Yes, I may have other things I want to do, experience certain maps for the very first time, but really, I just want to get my Squire to level 100, and then the game will feel complete. However, I don't know if I want the game to feel complete yet. I might have more things I want to do. So today is going to be a reassessment episode. I'm going to be going over my old Dungeon Defender goals notepad document that I started a long time ago in this series, and I haven't really kept up with it very well. So we're going to try to readjust some of those goals, maybe add some new ones, and just figure out what's going on in general in my Dungeon Defenders journey, figuring out what is the next step. Alrighty, so here it is, nothing fancy, just a good old Windows notepad document. Now, first things first, my main goal on here is still to achieve level 100, which I haven't done. My second goal, I remember I made this, it's something that I'm not even sure exists. I just assumed that there was an upstairs mystery due to like certain items being named and labeled in the upstairs section of Dungeon Defenders. I don't even know if this is a real thing, but I don't know yet, so I'm going to leave it. Complete all challenges, something I have to get back to and definitely work on a lot more. We're going to leave that. Get to wave 15 survival on all maps. I am going to mark this as complete because in my noob brain, when I made this goal, that was Transcendent Survivalist. That's what I meant it as. I meant it as a sort of survivalist achievement where I do most of the maps, if not all of the maps, up to wave 15. Well, I did wave 25, wave 30. I completed those maps. I didn't think that was possible. I was just hoping to do wave 15 on a lot of the maps. So I'm going to mark that one as complete. I'm sure I'll be doing more survival on other maps in the future, but for now, that is complete. And then next up, something I realized, I made a lot of like item goals, which is not something that is easy to track, like survival pets. And there's also challenge pets if I keep scrolling down here, like the Goblin, Cupid, and Mummy. These are really cool. Having learned how little space you have in terms of inventory in Dungeon Defenders, and I can't expand my space in the future, I'm going to leave these here. These aren't as big of a goal as I once thought them as, I believe. I think these aren't as important goals as I once thought. So definitely something to consider. I don't know if there's anything on here that I have achieved, honestly, out of these as well, which is kind of, it's almost a little, it's humbling and eye-opening, but also a little sad. Like, man, I don't have any of these. That's kind of unfortunate, but you know, what are you going to do? That's how it goes, man. There's so much. I watched a video recently. I think it was, I'm forgetting, Chiku, just doing some Dungeon Defenders gameplay on his YouTube channel. I randomly got recommended it by the YouTube algorithm, which I was so happy in. Seeing someone else play endgame Dungeon Defenders blew my mind. I forget that, like, for so many of people watching, like, they're at the end game. You guys are the the top tier players, the veterans, whatever. And I really am just sort of, I'm in that weird mid tier where there are people who come back to Dungeon Defenders as the new players, and I still consider myself mostly a new player, but I'm in this weird middle ground where there aren't that many players like me in Dungeon Defenders that are trying to get to that end game but aren't there yet. Most players are either totally new, which there aren't that many of, and then end game. And there's not that many middle tier players. From what I understand, I could be incorrect, from my understanding. Which it was just really eye-opening to see. My point was, it was eye-opening to see Chiku play the end game and really remind me of how much there is I don't understand and how much there is to this game and how much there is to still explore. So with that in mind, we're going to continue through the rest of the goals. And once again, I don't know, nothing really to go over here in an interesting way. There were the masks. I ended up kind of just not collecting these. I think I might just delete all of these, honestly. I don't know if I care about these anymore. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it, unfortunately. Rest in peace. It's not something I really care about anymore. Those visuals, those vanities, I don't know if I have the space for the vanity effects in Dungeon Defenders, but we do have some gear to collect for the Squire and stuff. I still want to go for, I might have actually gotten I probably have this. I probably have the bent knife. I think I might have that, so I might mark that off. I'm pretty sure I definitely have that. The Ogre's Safety Razor, I think I also have this. On Unlucky Heroes, Beams, I'm pretty sure I have that. The Bone Cutter, I'm not totally sure. I just adjusted on accident. The Bone Cutter, I think I do have, actually. Let's just go check over in-game really quick. I'm pretty sure I either have it or I have had it in the past. Event items, it would probably be in here if I kept it. There's like the Corrupted Act, the Crystal stuff. Crystal Blade was on my list as well. I don't know if I have the Bone Cutter anymore, but I'm like 90% sure I've had a Bone Cutter at one point. So we're going to go, because I did the Halloween Spectacular. I did do that vanity. The Crystal Blade, the Honey Sword. There's some cool little things on here, but even these aren't really great goals. I really have to redefine what goals I have in Dungeon Defenders, probably adding more general stuff up here, because I think a lot of goals I have are too specific, and I do want to kind of get back to general goals like or just achievement goals, like going through the list of achievements physically in game and seeing which ones I want to go for. Eventually, it would be an absolute dream of mine to do them all, but that's a long ways away. And then setting little micro goals with singular goal achievements that I really want to shoot for is probably the best way to slowly, chip away at them and actually work towards that. We are at 63 out of 118 achievements now. All right, so I have a few goals that I know that I want to go ahead and add. Number one, I want to, simple enough, play V-Day maps, Valentine's Day maps around the holiday. Pretty simple one, pretty easy, but I do want to try to go ahead and get that taken care of. And it's really fun to play the holiday maps around the holidays and around those themes in Dungeon Defenders. Next up, I did have something in mind. Sorry, I forgot it for a quick sec. Pure strategy. I want to try out pure strategy. This is a game mode in Dungeon Defenders that I haven't even touched yet. That's so crazy. Like, I played this game, for a few hundred hours. I mean, it's also not that crazy, but compared to other games, stuff like that. But it's I don't know. I put a lot into it. It feels like I put a lot into it. So it feels crazy that there is something I've never even touched. If you don't know, pure strategy is a game mode where you cannot actually swing your sword. You can't attack with your weapon. I mean, maybe you can swing it, but you can't do damage in some way. You cannot use your heroes. You can only build towers, and that's it. And I honestly kind of played the game like that already to a large degree, so I feel like I could do pretty well there, and I feel like the rewards are actually pretty good. So I would love to try pure strategy very, very soon. That might be coming up here. Next up is going to be beat the main campaign on Ruthless difficulty. I don't know how far I am away from that. That feels like that might be so difficult that it's pretty far, but we're going to have that on our docket. And then as well as beat any survival map on Ruthless difficulty. Once again, I feel like I'm pretty far from those, crazily enough. Like, Ruthless difficulty is such a jump. I feel like it's just as equal of a jump from Insane to Nightmare, which, if you know Dungeon Defenders by any means, you understand that jump is insane. The jump from Insane difficulty to Nightmare is absolutely sickeningly ridiculous. And the jump from, as someone who can play Nightmare maps and became able to, the jump from Nightmare to Ruthless feels insane. If you guys have any recommendations on, ways to progress and ways to get more towards the ability to complete Ruthless maps, please let me know. Any suggestions, feedback, comments, general, recommendations and suggestions on how to make progress at my current stage is always greatly appreciated and really heavily considered in the comments at the moment. Next up, I do want to add play a community event. Dungeon Defenders still hosts community events. I don't know how often, like every few months or so, from what it seems like, via their Discord and like via just in the game, right? And that is insane to me. This game's been out for 14 years and it's still hosting community events for the like tight-knit, hardcore, very dedicated community that it still has. That's really impressive. Most games don't do that. Look back at other games, AAA games, high-quality games from, the same era, 2011. How many of those games are still hosting communal events for a very small but serious, passionate group of players? Almost nothing. Almost no games. Almost nobody does that, and that is really, really amazing. I should take advantage of that and join one of those community events. This next one is not really a Dungeon Defenders 1 goal, but I do want to add it to this list. I want to give Awakened and DD2 another shot. And I'm talking about playing these games for a few hours. Even if I don't find myself enjoying them, I want to give them another shot. I want to try them. I think your taste buds when it comes to video games can change the same way your taste buds when it comes to food changes, right? I hate olives. Olives are my least favorite food IRL, but I still eat them if they're on my pizza. And every few years I try a raw olive or, plain olive. If it's on a charcuterie board or at a Super Bowl party or something of the sort, I'll try an olive every 2 to 3 years pretty consistently to see if I like it, to see if my taste buds change, to give it another shot. I think it's really, really, really important. Now, we only have so much time to play so many games in our lifetime, so you don't want to waste too much time on a game you don't enjoy, but I do want to give Awakened in DD2 a few more hours of my time. I think they deserve that because the Dungeon Defenders franchise has just meant so much to me. Now, this achievement looked pretty interesting to me, called Daredevil. Earn the Skin of Your Teeth award on 6 missions. This actually seems extremely doable. I was doing a little bit of Google searching and checking out the Dungeon Defenders wiki, and you get that by getting a crystal down to 100 HP and then still winning. Now, I think it does have to be after the first wave. After the first wave, let's see. On Insane difficulty, the core doesn't heal on its own. Each completed Each wave completed with the core damage to 100 after the first wave awards you the skin of your teeth, even if the core took no damage in that same wave. So what I would essentially do is I would just play a map on probably on its own, on probably insane difficulty or even medium, something like that. Let the core get taken down to 100. You could do like easy. You could do like probably pretty easy difficulty. Let the core get taken down to 100 HP and then just beat the wave. That could honestly probably be done pretty easily on a lot of these beginner maps. Things like the Deeper Well, things like Foundries and Forges. You'd have to do it on 6 different ones, so you would do it up to like Castle Armor or whatever, but that's a really achievable one to do in like one episode, one YouTube video. It would have to be very, very like the reason why not many people have that achievement is because it has to be kind of intentional, right? Not many people are going to have that, get that done naturally. So that's definitely something I want to write down on the notepad document here really quick. All right, there we go. There it is, updated. And then browsing through these Steam achievements is probably a fantastic way for me to go ahead and find more goals like this. So just using the achievements, the goals that are in-game is a great way, right? So like for the Matchmaker one, that's something I want to do, sort of play with the Valentine's Day map, earn the Master Strategist Award on all maps. I wonder if that has to do with pure strategy, the game mode I've talked about. Let me actually look into that a little bit further. So after a little bit of Googling, it seems like you'd have to get Master Strategist on all of the main campaign maps from Deeper Well all the way over to Glitterhelm Caverns, and you have to get the Master Strategist award, which says only use defenses to harm all enemies after the initial wave. Pet damage stops the player from achieving this award. That's probably why I haven't gotten it in the past. Otherwise, I might have even gotten this. So we can actually definitely go for that. That would be a for sure add over on the notepad document. I'm going to specifically write down Mastermind achievement, and then I'm going to explain it a little bit. Towers only from, for, let's just say, let's do another parenthesis, Deeper Well to Glitterhelm, and then do like a pet damage stops it. Something like that. So we'll do that to, then that'll be a good little explanation to remind me, because I don't have to re-Google this every time if possible. I can even write a little something else to this, like get crystal below 100 HP and win the map. Something like that, really quickly, really easily. Times 6, we'll say. Let's do it on 6 different missions, the achievement says. Another one that is also an in-game achievement, but is also would just be an overarching achievement regardless. You journey to the crystalline dimension, and you basically beat the game. It's the last level of the main game with the DLCs on a Nightmare. So I think adding, crystalline dimension on Nightmare. Let's do Nightmare difficulty. I think I don't know if I don't want to be cocky. I don't know if I could beat this now. I might be able to. I might be really close. I might be like pretty. I think I could do a decent job. I think this could actually be decent. I wonder if is it ever efficient to farm Crystalline Dimension? I feel like it's a very time-consuming, difficult map, but part of me kind of wonders. I feel like that could be pretty interesting. A pretty cool map to play multiple times. And I am so interested in this achievement. I don't know if this is supposed to be just one of the hardest maps in the game. I'm honestly shocked you get an achievement for just defending Buccaneer Bay. Like, could I play that map on easy and just get that? Is it truly that hard of a map? This has been one of the maps. Beat Buccaneer Bay. This has been one of the maps that I want to do the most. Like, this might be one of the maps that I want to play for the first time the most in the entire game, because it's so interesting to me. I feel like it's coveted as such a ridiculously difficult map based on the achievement. Basically, maybe it's just newer though, and that's why not many people have it, only 0.7% of players. I'm not totally sure, but I'm very, very intrigued. Oh, that's so crazy. I had no idea. So I was actually looking through the achievements, and I always saw this achievement. A Nightmare, a very misty Christmas. You return to Misty Mire for a very special celebration on Nightmare difficulty. I always assumed, this is a dumb assumption, I always assumed this meant that you had to beat Misty Mire Forest on Nightmare difficulty on Christmas. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know. But there's just a map called Wintermire, which is literally just Misty Mire Forest, but Christmas themed. How did I not play this year for Christmas? Well, thankfully, it's not too late. I know it's February, okay? So we're a little bit past Christmas, but you know what? Gosh darn it. I'm going to do this. This will probably be the next thing I do in the next episode. I want to try this map. Will it be ruthlessly difficult? No, it might be nightmarishly difficult though, okay? That's going to be the last goal that I add to my notepad document, which we'll probably be able to achieve. I want to test it out. Do I have to beat it? Nope. I honestly just want to test it out. So that'll be the last thing I add over on my notepad document. And there we go. With this final achievement added, I now have a new and updated Dungeon Defenders achievement and goal list, a new notepad document. Let's go ahead and go over the main ones really quick. First things first, I still need to get level 100. Secondly, I might still need to solve an upstairs mystery. Thirdly, I need to complete all challenges, which if you don't know, are just these sort of little, I can just show in game really quick, the little challenge option over here in the menu. Next up, I need to play the Valentine's Day themed maps around the holiday itself. I need to try out pure strategy, the game mode. I need to beat the main campaign on ruthless difficulty. I need to beat any survival map on ruthless difficulty. I need to play a community event. I need to give Dungeon Defenders Awakened and DD2 another shot. I want to go for the Daredevil achievement. I want to go for the Mastermind achievement, Crystalline Dimension on Nightmare difficulty, Buccaneer Bay, Wintermire, and then everything else is kind of just a cherry on top. We have a lot to do is the TLDR, fellas. There is a ton more to do in Dungeon Defenders, and I might take a break here and there, but I'm feeling pretty good. From this point forward, with event season ending in my main game, PokeMMO, I should be able to play a fair bit more Dungeon Defenders and do a fair bit more retro pack content. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you have, as always, like the video, dislike if not, and subscribe for videos every 3 days or so at the moment. I will see you guys very soon with hopefully Wintermire next episode. See you guys soon. Peace, Reno. Hey, what's up? Retro Pat here, and I want to say a quick big thank you to everybody whose name is listed here, because it means you went above and beyond and supported me via the Patreon, which allows me to put more time, effort, and resources into this channel. Thank you so much, and have a great day.